Today's topic is directives in Angular. Okay, what is directive? Anybody can explain? What do you know about directive? At least you can give me some info what you know about directive.
I think it's a data structure iterator, storing of our data. So,
See, can I say a directive is used to add new behavior for the DOM element. That's why we are using directives. Basically, directive is a class. Okay, directive is a class defined in forms module. You all know what is forms module, right? What is forms module? From which core it is actually derived? Forms module. Yesterday we spoke about forms
yes, sir.
module.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Also, we imported forms module. That after that, we are code is
I
runtime.
understand. Tell me from which package the forms module has been inherited.
Angular
It's an
core.
Angular package, right? Yeah, Judy, you said something.
Angular core.
Angular forms. Forms modules are derived from Angular forms. Now you see here in the module, you see forms module derived from Angular forms, right? All the directives are comes from this forms module. If you are not having a forms module, you cannot able to implement directive. Now, the directives are classified into three types. Whenever I talk about directive here, this is my directive. Okay, directives. Okay, the directives are classified into three types. One is structural directive, second one is class directive, third one is component directive. Or you got my point? So the directives are classified into three types. One is structural directive. In structural directive, we are going to talk about a topic called ngIf, ngFor, ngSwitch. These are all called as structural directive. The structural directive will determine here you have a component directive. Component based directive. I will explain this later point of time. Whenever needed, I will explain. And this one, you can build your custom directive. Okay? You can build your custom directive. I can also explain that, how to build a custom directive in later point of time. And today's topic, we are going to discuss about structural directive. You all understand what is directive? Why do we need a directive? Say yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Everybody.
Yes,
I
sir.
understood, sir.
You all
Understood, sir.
understand Faisal and Ishwar,
Yes, sir.
Judy, Shiva.
Yes, sir. Understood, sir. Understood, sir.
Okay. So if you go for ngIf, let me give a scenario. I take a component here. Okay. Here. I'm giving a h1 ngIf directive example. ngIf directive example. Right. Now, if you go here, you see there is a directive. ngIf directive as a header. Now, what I'm planning to do, this directive should be on and off. If at a runtime I want to make this true, when I click on a button, it should be displayed. When you again click on a button, it should be hide. So how to do the logic? First, what you need to do is you go here, hide h1 colon boolean equal to true. I created a variable hide h1. You understand, right? What I'm doing, I'm hiding the h1 tag. Okay. Now, to work on this directive, to work this particular directive, true or false in this HTML, I simply write a code star ng if equal to, I simply say, I take this id1. That's all. This ngF is true. This DOM element will be loaded. Now, if you go back and see, DOM is not loaded. Why? Okay, let me put like this. Hold on a second. Can I make this as a div? And then go to component. I'm having an hide boolean. Just copy this div. Say here star ngIf if equal to hide1. It is not working h1 element, but it will work in the this variable. Copy this. Go here. You see. See, it is coming. ngIf is coming or not?
Yes,
I'm
yes, yes.
saying this element is loading. The problem is I made f is I is slow. Okay, so that is the reason. Okay, so div star ngIf is equal to hidden. Sir, I want to make this false. Want to, sir, 1 second. I'm getting a personal call.
Okay.
So now if I make false here, are you all there? Please, Judy, Ganesh, will you able to hear my voice?
Yes, yes.
we can.
Yes.
Okay. Now, if I go to my div app module, what is this hidden? False or true? If it is a
False.
false or false? If something is false, you see, nothing is there. Or you got my point?
Yes,
So
yes, yes.
now if you go and make true, it is coming. Okay. Sir, when if ngIf directive is used to render HTML DOM based on condition. Will you all agree? Based on condition.
Condition, yes, sir.
Okay. If the condition is fail, the DOM will not work. Or you got my point? And second thing, if it is true, HTML element will be automatically added in a structure, in a DOM structure. Okay. If it is false, will it hide or remove from the DOM? You have two questions. Hiding the
Remove.
HTML element is something different. Still, it will be available in the DOM. Removing permanently from the DOM is that even the DOM structure is there, the permanently it will get deleted. It won't there. So if it is false, HTML element, you need to understand, element will be automatically, this is one of the interview question, automatically removed in a DOM structure. You should not say hide in a DOM structure. Hide means you are making hidden. Removed means permanently in the structure you are removing. You understand the point? Say yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, yes.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Now if you see here, right now it is showing, right? Now go to inspect. Okay. In the body, you see there is a DOM structure in root. You see ng content directive. Are you seeing the DOM structure here?
Yes.
Yes.
But if you go back, the same code making false. Now go to the DOM, go to app root. You see, are you getting a binding? It is removed. It is not showing that element, saying that usually how the element will be hidden equal to true or hidden equal to false we used to do. But that HTML will be available in the DOM structure. Will the DOM structure has that HTML element? H1 tag, div tag?
No.
No, no.
Now you understand, right? Whatever the statement I made is right or wrong?
Yes.
Yes, sir. It's true.
Yes, correct.
Hmm?
Correct.
Okay, so that's the idea behind it. The motto behind it showing this one is the reason is this. Okay, so like that, if you are using a structural element, always it will get DOM will be add and show. Now, sir, in the same structure I'm making, I need to have one more stuff here. See, I have a hidden. Now the DOM is available here. What I want to do is I'll create a button, show hide, show hide. Okay, so what I'm going to do in my HTML component here, in the top, I'm going to add button saying that show. Okay, when I show, this should be true. When I again click on the show, this should be false. Or you got my point? So how to write a logic to invoke a button? What you need to do? You need to write a method. Am I right or wrong? So you need to write a method function. That function you need to call off on click. What type of binding you need to use in the button?
Event.
Sir,
Hmm?
property
Event,
binding.
Event.
No.
event
Event
binding.
Event
Yes.
binding. So go to component, show h1 is your method. right? This dot height equal to exclamatory this dot hide 1. Okay, what does it mean is if we use like this, if it is true based on the not, it automatically convert into false. I'll tell you. This is one of the code structure you can write. Hide 1. This hide 1. Hide h1. Currently true. Okay. If we use not hide 1 h1, it will automatically become as false. It automatically convert as false. Understand my point? So when you, every time when you click a button, if it is true, convert into false. If it is false, it will convert into true. The opposite reaction will happen using this variable expression. Or you got my point? Otherwise, what you need to do? Otherwise, what you need to do in this code? You need to write what is your id value. If id is equal to true, id is equal to false. Else, if id is equal to false, then id equal to true. Instead of writing that lengthy code,
Yes,
you
sir.
write.
Sir, complexity.
Or you got my point? Now, what I'm going to do in the on-click method of the button using an event property, click equal to show id1. Now, if you see here, ng show is there. Click. What happened?
Sir, it's click, not on click.
Okay, sorry. Thanks. See the difference? Every time when
ఇదే హెచ్డిఎంఎల్ అయితే చాలా కాంప్లికేటెడ్ సార్. ఈ ఫ్రేమ్వర్క్ కొంచెం సింపుల్ గా ఉంది ఇలాంటి డాట్ మ్యానిపులేషన్స్.
that is the idea of Angular.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now you all understand? That is the beauty of Angular. Anybody have any questions on this? I simply did small thing. Okay. So let's beautify this div somewhat. So how you beautify this div? SCSS div say background color red. Background, sorry, color white. And font size bit of bolder. Say medium. Margin. I put a margin for this div. Okay. I made a mistake. I have to give a semicolon. Then only this element will works. I can say 10 pixel. Okay. And then I can put what I can put. Can anyone tell me? Padding. Padding also 10 pixel. Okay. You all understand what is the CSS is affected in this? See, background color means I'm changing the color of the border. You see, are you able to see the color of the backend? That is for the background. Color means the text color. And font size means I can say large, so that the text will be large. And one more thing, margin means between the button and the div, I'm creating a margin. When I say margin, all the four sides, you will see 10 pixel gap. Okay, when I say padding, if I remove padding, you see the difference. Is it good? Did you see any space between the div and the other element? There is internally, is there any space for you?
No, sir.
Okay, so to create a space, what you need to do, you are going to use padding. You need to learn this also. Okay, padding. The moment you give padding, you see between the text and the top and bottom, left and right, everything you see a gap, right? Then this text should be aligned in left. Now what I'm going to do, text align center. Got it? Everybody clear? Shiva, Sushma,
Yes.
Ganesh, Faisal?
Yes.
And then,
Yes,
sir,
sir.
I want to create a border of the div. So what I'm going to do here, border, 3 pixel, solid blue. I'm saying create a border with the 3 pixel and the showcases will be border and blue color. Will you able to see the border? Just make it 5 pixels. You will understand more clearly. You see there is a border.
Yes. Yes.
It's displayed like a row, right? Now, sir, I want to create a border done, but I want to make this as a curve. I don't want to make this as a sharp edges. This edges should not be sharp. So what I will do here, I will say border radius. I'm going to say 10 pixel. Okay, see, understand this. This border radius, it will not show as a sharp. Is it a curved one? You see, is it a sharp edge or it is a curved one?
Crowd one.
Curved one. So you are making not a sharp edge. Now, sir, I want to create a box shadow. I want to create this one as a box. So how to do that? Box shadow 0 pixel, no, 10 pixel, 10 pixel, gray color. Okay. Now if you see, will you able to see the box shadow?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now if you click on show, see how beautiful it is. Is it beautiful or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sushma, Faisal, Judy,
Yes, sir. It is beautiful.
Sandeep,
Yeah.
Shiva. You all understand, right?
So this class CSS is given by component CSS only, right?
Yes.
Okay.
This, see, app.html, component.html, under which you have an individual component.cs file, right? There you are updating.
So
Any
individual CSS only you have given, not in the centralized CSS.
no centralized CSS you need to apply here.
App component. Okay.
App component. No, style.css.
Yeah.
If you
Okay.
take this CSS, apply, cut this, apply in style.css here globally. Working? Working or not?
Yes.
I will show you. See, I'm cutting. Now you see the normal show working. If I click in the global level, I can put it as a div. Now go back. You see the CSS is applied. Sir, I don't want to apply this div related CSS because this div is totally different from the component level div. I don't want to apply here. So what I will do, to the component specific, I need to apply CSS. So that what I will do, I'll cut this here. I will go to my component.css file and apply. So that this CSS will be applicable only for app component.html. You understand my point? Let me show you. Probably you will not understand. Let me prove you. I will create a one more component. Can I say any component name? And anyone
Admin component. Admin
let's
component.
take an header component.
NGC.
Okay. First, you need to go internally the command
And it's C
ngGC header.
header.
Header is added. Header component is added. Okay. Now go back to your header component of HTML. I say here div. And I'm going to say here header component. Okay. After that, I'm taking this header component name is app-header. This is my selector, copying, go back to component.html. You say here app. Okay. Now go back to your UI. You see app header component is not yet applied as CSS, right? Because this header component under div, you see here, this header component under div, but the CSS I applied here so that it is applicable only the app component. If I take the CSS, cut it, go to style.css, if I apply here, you see the difference, both will get affected. You understand? Say yes or no.
Yes.
See, I had applied CSS globally here so that anything, any component HTML you create here, globally you can make change here. Instead, if I want to create for a particular component, suppose I want to create only for header component. Now you see header component alone applied the CSS. Now tell me which one is correct. Do I need to go for global or do I need to go? In which scenario I can go for global, which scenario I can go for specific? You need to tell me in which scenario I need to apply global CSS, in which scenario I need to apply specific to the component. Sandeep.
Layouts we can go for global.
Okay. Anything you make a layout, you have to go for global. Anything you want to make a text, for example, you want to make a font size or font name, which is need to be across the project, you need to be having the same thing. Don't use font name or font size or H1 tag or H2 tag. For example, in a project, you may have plenty of H1 tags, H2 tags in a page, right? So across the project, you need to follow the same stuff. That time you need to use click. See, now you see one more thing. The text font name will be different from this. I need to create a unique font name. In the style.cs, I say body, font family, Vardhana. I'm just giving only the font family. Now go and see the text which are there in the entire project is changed or not. Say yes or no.
Yes.
Because in the DOM structure, I'm applying CSS for this particular body. I'm saying anything internal into this body, you should use the same font. So you see here, body font family. You understand, right? Sandeep? Sandeep, you are in mute.
Sorry, I was on mute. I understand.
Okay. So across the UI, I want to apply. Now I'm going to use Vardhana. If I go and change into Arial also, it get reflected immediately Arial. You see. Like that, you can apply your own Arial. Now you see. It got Arial. Font family has been changed. So this is how you need to work on UI. So always to have a better practice. Now come back here. Go to component.html, put a break. Now, what is your idea behind it? Let's take this CSS, applying main component style. Okay, now go back. You see, click on show. ng is working or not? Say yes or no? Everybody?
Yes, sir.
Fine.
Yes, it.
Perfect. Can I continue? Can I continue to the next topic? I do one thing.
Yes.
Let's remove the CSS here. Keep it in app component, because I don't want to use header component here. Okay, let it be. Okay, fine. Now the next topic is ngFor. Okay, to create ngFor, first what I need to do is I need to create an array of data. Okay, let's build that in your header component. Now go to your header component.ts file. How to create an array? Anyone can tell me? I say here, course
Where
detail,
of details colon
course details, colon,
new of array.
first angle bracket. There, you need to provide like this and say ID equal to 101, comma, name equal to ASP.NET MVC. ASP.NET MVC. Okay, here I need to use array of, it's work, right? Why? It should work. I don't know why it's not working. Hold on a second. How to build a JSON, do you know? Okay, so it should be equal to, not colon. And then, comma, copy the entire structure. I say Angular. Okay. And again, I'm copying the structure. I say microservices. Okay. And I'm adding a one more array, comma. I say Azure blob. Okay. And again, I'm adding a one more array. I'm saying here Azure VM. Clear my point? So how many records we added in the array?
5.
101,
Fine,
102, 103, 104, 105. Now I want to display this data in my header.component.html. Here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a div. Okay. And then I'm going to have a table. In the table, TD, table head, I'm going to say TR. In that TD, I'm going to say course ID. And here, I'm going to say TD, course name. Right? Now, if you go to your HTML, you see course ID and course name. Say yes or no? Say yes
Yes.
or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Now I want to decorate this one later point of time. What I need to do in the body of TD, table body, under TR, in the TR, I'm going to build a logic of ngFor. Can anyone tell me how to do the ngFor here? What is the code I need to write for ngFor?
Star ngFor.
For first star
ngFor.
ngFor equal to let course in. What is your array name? Your array name is course details.
Course details.
Course details.
Done. I'm saying in the ngFor, I'm taking my course in the course details array. No, it is not let off. You should use OF. Okay. Let take the collection of one particular record as a course in this array. Now here, TD. Okay. Course dot ID. Where this ID comes from? This is the ID you have to use.
Array.
Okay. Take this one. Course dot name here. Now go back. You see you got the data? You got the data?
Yes.
Yes.
Where this data comes from? Where this data comes from? This data comes from,
HTML.
come again?
No, that is a component.ts file is from the array.
Component.html file.
Header.html file, header.component.ts file, you are creating an array. Okay. This data, right now we hard coded. Okay. In future, this data should come from API call. Assume something is coming like as a JSON in this data. This data comes from API. Assume you prepared the JSON data, that data you are going to bind here. You understand my point? Now, let's build the structure for the UI. Let's go to div first. Div tag. I want to build a background color. I say some gray color. Yeah, gray. Now my div becomes gray. Entire div becomes gray. And say color equal to white smoke. Everything is in white smoke. Down done. Now let's go take a table. Say width equal to inherit. So no, and then border. Right now I'm giving 2. Not border. Don't give any border right now. Just say 80, 90% width of the table. Now the table has been width spanned across it, and then align self center. Somewhat it got centered. Now what I want to do, I want to create a header for this at different table. So what I will do, head. Okay. Background color orange. You see the difference? I can say orange, red. You see the difference, ma? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And
Orange.
then
Yes.
T body, background color, I can say blue. Make sense?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
But you see the difference between component, head component and this one, there is no gap. So what I need to do? I need to create a margin. Margin 20 pixels. Now you see there is a margin between this. And then table, I can say padding 10 pixels. Now fixed. It's good or bad? Come on, guys.
Good.
We
Good on you,
can
sir.
use bootstrap also, right?
We'll do based bootstrap. Don't worry. That we can do later point of. When we are doing the eStore application, that time we are going to implement everything bootstrap. My concern here is yesterday we faced a lot of CSS issues with the team. So they can learn CSS as well in parallel. Okay. Now what I want to do, when I scroll each row, each TR in the body hover, I need to implement another color. How to do is
Over.
T body, TR, hover. I say background color. You tell me what color we can give. We can give yellow. No, yellow will not fit. We'll do orange. We do this. Now if you go, see, changes happening.
Yes.
That's all it is. Understand my point? This is how you need to apply the CSS. And when you practice, you can practice this also. You can practice this also. You can practice this also, how to handle this. Okay, that will help you to build a beautiful application. So as part of today, we learned two things. What are all those? What are all those we learned?
Directive part.
In directive, two types we learned. One is structural
Yes.
directive, component directive, custom directive.
Yes.
In structural directive, we discussed about if loop, for loop, right?
Yes.
And then, sir,
One query.
hold on.
ngFor.
Yeah,
Just explain me the line number 13.
this one.
Yes, correct. Yes.
What is
This looks like a for each loop. Correct. This is my
it's
understanding. Correct or wrong?
It's similar to for
In
each.
.NET, this looks like a for each.
It is a for each.
Okay.
It is a for each.
So what is the meaning for let?
Let us
Sorry?
in Java and TypeScript, you can use let. In for each, you will use where, right? Where or a TypeScript, right?
Yes,
Here you will use
yes,
let.
correct. Okay. And what about of? I'm not able to let.
No, you for each variable name in an array you are taking, right?
Okay.
Of
Yes,
assembly.
correct.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Got it. Thank you, sir.
Anybody have any questions? Now my question here is, I'm going to have a button here. The moment I go here, div, this div should be visible. When I drag it, it should be visible. When you go out, this div, when I on mouse over, I need to see this. On mouse out, I should not see this. How to do this? See, I have a header component. Listen carefully. I have a header component. When you go on the header component, I need to see this table. When you come out, I should not see this table. How to implement that?
Event, we have to create an event for that particular div.
First, we need to create a padding 40 pixel for the div. Okay. I can make 10 pixel. Why it is clubbed? It should not club, right? This div is totally different from this div. Oh, okay. I understand. The problem here is you should not use table. I do one thing. I make this class table CSS. Okay, and copy this table CSS. Go here. Dot table CSS. I say background. Gray. Fine. Better to have a greater. And then I can give margin 10 pixel. So that this div and this table CS div will be separated. Now when I scroll here, okay, this table should be displayed. When I come out, this table should not display. So how to do that is simply go in the component, create a variable, show table colon boolean equal to true. Understand my point? Now take this show table, go to your app HTML. Here you say star ngIf equal to variable. Now table is displaying. Understand my point?
Yes, sir.
Yes or no? It's gone. Now go here, make it as false. Some issue. Okay. Now you are able to see this. Now if you go here true, when you make false, it is gone. When you make true, it is coming. Right now it is there. Now what I need to do, on mouse over, you need to write an event on mouse over table is a method. Void, I say this dot show table equal to show table. Right? Same way, mouse leave table. Okay? Void this dot show table equal to this dot show table. Now what I'm going to do in the div of over, in the app component here in the div, I say mouse on mouse over. This we discussed yesterday. Did you remember or not? I don't know. Everybody is thinking. Here what you need to do, you remove this, select this, select attribute. Now go back, on mouse over, it is coming out. And then you can have on mouse leave equal to. There you remove these two. Come on, man, something wrong. On mouse leave. I remove these two. Say here, TypeScript file, copy this from method, paste this. Okay. Now you go on mouse over, mouse leave, mouse over, mouse leave. You see? Now you go back to your TS. By default, it is false. Okay. Now go back. When you come, when you leave, when you are in the div, it will be there. You see my mouse in the div of head component. My mouse is coming here. Say yes or no?
Yes.
The moment when I come out, the table is ID. Removing from the DOM. Understand? This is how you need to build ngIf and ngFor together. This is how you need to implement ngIf, ngFor together. You all understand? Say yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
See, we taken ngIf, we taken ngFor. And we first explained what is ngIf, how to make your removing item from the structure. And then we come with the ngFor where we created a structure. And then based on the situation, I want to enable my ngFor. So that I combined both ngIf and ngFor. Is this practice is good or bad? Sandeep Chappali. Sandeep, Faisal, Ganesh, Judy.
Yes, sir.
Ganesh, you got it?
Yes, sir.
Faisal? Now you go here.
Yes.
Right now it is showing. Now if you go here, see, it is hidden. When I come out, I'm able to see. See the difference. You see, normally when you're loading, it is loaded. The moment I go to header component, it is hiding. When you come down, it is showing. Now come here, I can able to see this. It's a beautiful or not? The way we build it is beautiful. Okay. That's all for today. Tomorrow we are going to talk about switch statement, ng switch. And then we can move for the other topics. Yes, questions? Anybody have any questions?
I am good, sir.
Faisal?
Good, sir. Good.
Okay. Sandeep? Shushma?
Yes, sir. Good,
You
sir.
understand, right? Yeah. Thank you guys. Have a great day. We'll meet tomorrow.